Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. In today's session, we are going to explore the fundamental concept of alerting rules in Prometheus, which is the open source monitoring solution. So in previous session, we have learned about how to record rules in Prometheus. Now, we are going to explore about the alerting rules in Prometheus. So as it is the second type of rule in Prometheus. So basically, as we have studied, there are two primary types of rules in Prometheus, which is recording rules and alerting rules. So let's see what are alerting rules in Prometheus. So alerting rules in Prometheus are predefined conditions written in PromQL, which is Prometheus query language, so that will trigger alerts when certain criteria are met. So these rules enable users to define thresholds or patterns in the matrix data, facilitating proactive monitoring and notification of potential issues in a system. So let's consider, for example, an alerting rule could be configured to send an alert if the CPU usage of server exceeds 90% for more than 5 minutes. So this rule would continuously monitor the CPU metrics and trigger an alert to notify administrator when the specified threshold is breached, allowing timely intervention to address performance issues. So, why to use alert rules in Prometheus? So, alert rules in Prometheus are essential for proactive monitoring and timely response to system. By defining this alert condition based on PromQL queries, alert rules enable organization to proactively identify the issues, so which can help to detect abnormal condition or performance degradation in real time, allowing teams to address issues before they escalate. Then it can be useful to minimize the downtime. So with alert rules, administrators can promptly respond to critical events, minimizing downtime and service disruption. Then it can use to ensure system reliability. So by configuring alerts for key metrics, organizations ensure the reliability and availability of the systems and applications. And alert rules can also be useful to facilitate incident response, so where it provides clear notification to relevant stakeholders, streamlining incident response and resolution process. Now we will see some best practices for defining the alerting rules in Prometheus. The first is to keep rules specific. So define the alerting rule tailored to specific metrics or conditions. For instance, set an alert for when CPU usage exceeds 90% for more than 5 minutes. Then you should always set clear threshold, so which will establish meaningful threshold to avoid false positive. For example, trigger an alert when the number of HTTP 500 errors exceeds 5 within a 1 minute window. Then you should always document and review. So each document have the alerting rule purpose and regularly help to review and update them. So ensure that on-call team knows what action to take for each alert. Then avoid alert fatigue. Select metrics judicially and fine-tune threshold to prevent alert fatigue. Only trigger alerts for critical issues that require immediate attention. Then you should integrate with incident management. Integrate Prometheus alerts with incident management tools like Slack or PagerDuty to streamline incident performance. So by implementing these practices ensures that Prometheus alert effectively highlight critical issues, leading to a timely response and improved system reliability. Now we will learn about the types of alert state in Prometheus. So there are basically three types. So here we can find the types of alert state in Prometheus. So there are basically three types, such as pending, pending state, firing state, and resolved. So a pending state, which is the time elapsed since threshold breach is less than the recording interval, and the firing state, the time elapsed since threshold breach is more than the recording interval and the alert manager is delivering notification. And the resolved state, in which it means that alert is no longer firing because the threshold is no longer exceeded. You can optionally enable resolution notification using this in your configuration. So you can find this in the article by visiting fosstechniques.com. Now we will learn about the default structure of rule file in Prometheus. We have already seen in the previous session as the default contains the group, the name of the group, the rules, expression, alert, label, and annotation. So we will move forward. So there are some prerequisites you should follow for this tutorial. So first, you need to have an EC2 instance Ubuntu server, then with the user sudo access, and you need to install Prometheus and Node Exporter, which you have already installed in previous session, and the port should be enabled as 1990 and 9100. So now we will see some steps to add how we can add alert rules in Prometheus. So as in previous session we have created a prometheus.myrule.yml file. So we are going to add the alert rule in that same file. So there is no need to add a different file. So then we will add the rule path in the Prometheus default configuration file. So this step we have done in the previous session. Then we will check the rule file is correct or it does not have any error. So by the prompt tool check rule command, we can check or validate that our prometheus.myrule.yml file is have the correct configuration or not. Then we will restart the Prometheus server and check the status of alert rules on the Prometheus user interface. So let's start with the steps. So before that, this is the Prometheus user interface which I have installed on my Ubuntu server. So in this alerts here, if you click on the alerts, here you can find the three states which we have learned: the firing, pending, and the resolve. So now we will let's see about let's type up here and you can find your 1 and 1. So as you can see here 1 and 1, that means that our state is been in active state, so which does not have any problem. So now the up expression is just to see that our system is in active state or not. So here you can find that my node exporter has been running. So now if I close this, if I close this and again if you refresh this, let's wait for some time. So you can find changes that the node exporter which we have added in prometheus.yml file will be in inactive state. So let's see this. So here, as you can see here 1 1, so it represents that it is in inactive state. So if you go into the alert, here you can find there is inactive. If you type here up, you will find that instance has been running successfully. But now if you stop the node exporter, so here if you refresh this page and restart the Prometheus server, you will find some changes, such as here you can see if you type up here, so here you can find that our instance is down. So you can set alert simply to learn so when your system is down or in up state. So basically alert has three states, which is inactive, pending and firing. So if you start the node exporter again, so it will by default come in an inactive state. And if you stop and if you create an alert rule for that instance, which is going to become down or up, then you can find these states here. If it is down, then it will be in active state, and it will it will move to the pending state and it will fire an alert. So let's check this. So first, as you can find here, we need to create an alert rule in the same file as we have previously created, which is in Prometheus myroot.yaml file. So we will create an alert if the instance is up and down. We can get the response state on the Prometheus server. So as we have created a prometheus.myroot.yaml file in the etc directory. So now we will edit that file and alert, and we will add alert rules. So simply type sudo nano prometheus.myroot, and here you need to simply type the alert rule. So I have added the alert rule. So these are the components which consist of alert, which consist of the name as instance down. So the purpose is to raise an alert when an instance is not up, and the expression is set to up is equal to 0, which means that it will give an alert if our instance is down, and it has set to for 1 minute, which means the condition must persist for 1 minute before triggering the alert. And it consists of label severity as critical, and also it consists as annotation where we can give the description that the instance has been down for more than 1 minute. So simple, it is simply to check if the instance is not up, that is its status is 0, and it will trigger a critical alert if the condition persisted for more than 1 minute. So now let's save this file. So our next step will be to add the role file path in the Prometheus default configuration file. So as my Prometheus default configuration file is saved in etc directory, simply I will use to open the editor and edit the rule file. So here, as in previous session, I have already added the prometheus.myrule.yaml file, so there is no need to add. But if you create a new rule file, you need to add this in the rule file section. So just save this. Control plus X, Shift plus 1. and enter if you have not added the rule file. So make sure you add the rule file in the prometheus.yml file. Now our next step is to check if the rule file is correct or it doesn't have any error. So to check, simply type prompt tool check rules and the name of the file, which is prometheus.myrule.yml file. Just give space here. I forgot to give space. And here you can find that the tool rules have been added successfully. Now we will check this on Prometheus server. So simply restart the Prometheus server by simply typing sudo systemctl restart Prometheus. So here you can find the article in which I have mentioned the code for the alert rules. So you can copy and simply paste on your prometheus.myrule.yml file. So this article is available on posttechnics.com. So let's move on forward. So now in the here you can find the status, the rules. Here you can find the second rule has been added successfully and the state is okay. So it has been added 11 seconds ago and the rule state the alert which is instance down and the parameters which you have learned. So now simply you need to click on alerts and here you can find that it is in active state. So now we will simply stop the node exporter and then we will see some changes. So if you click on, so if you type sudo systemctl stop exporter and then press enter. And if you check the status of the node exporter, it will state that it is stopped. So just check this. So as here you can find it is inactive or dead. So now we will refresh this page. So before that, we will restart the Prometheus server, so which will update in the user interface. So if you click on up here and execute, here you can find the port 9200 which is for node exporter. Here you can find it is 0 and if you click on alerts, here you can find that instance is down. So the alert has been active and the state is pending. So if you can take the action if you are in pending state, and after 1 minute, as we have set the time for 1 minute, it will go into state of the firing. So the firing state will represent the time elapsed since threshold bridge is more than the recording interval, and manager with the help of alert manager it will send the notification to our email or etc. So if you refresh this, here you can find it is in firing state now. So the time limit after 1 minute has been exceeded and it will send the alert on email, but it will require to send the alert we require alert manager. So we will see that in the next session. So this was the first example that how we can use the alert rules. Now, if you now we will start the node exporter and see the changes. And restart the Prometheus server. Now, if you refresh the page, here you can find again that instance has been running successfully. So with the help of alert, you can set that if the instance has been running down, then it will give an alert by following the three states, which is inactive. First, it will move to inactive, then it will move to pending state, and finally, it will fire. And with the help of alert manager, it will send a notification. So this was the first example. Now next we will learn another example. So now we will set up an alert for disk space free, which will give the percentage if the disk is free or not. So simply copy this alert and enter it into the prometheus.myrule.yaml file. So we have added the third third rule, which consists of the name disk space free 10%. So basically this is to raise an alert when free disk space is on an instance is around 10% or less than that. So the node file system 3% is the expression which is less than equal to 10%. So it will give an alert and it contains the parameters like labels, severity, warning, and also you can describe this alert and also give the summary according to your requirement. So just save this. Now you need to again check that if your configuration is correct or not. So simply type prompt tool check rules and the file name. So as you can see it is filled. So let's check. So indentation matters as you can see because of this we have error. So now simply save and now let's check again. So here you can find that three rules has been successfully found. So first one was the recording rule example. Second one was the alert rule for instance up and down. And this is for the disk space free, which will give an alert that if it is in above, if it is less than or equal to 10%. So now we will check this. So before that, you need to restart the Prometheus server. And if you refresh this, here you can find the alert. And if you go into rules, as you can see, it is the third rule we have added successfully. So with this help of the rule file, you can set the alert as well as you can record the rules in the Prometheus. So it is the feature that Prometheus has. So here you can see the disk space free is 10%. So it is less than, if it is less than or equal to 10%, then it will throw an alert. So this is how you can add the alert rules in the in your configuration file. So therefore we will conclude for today. So alerting rules play a pivotal role in Prometheus, which enable timely detection and response to critical issues within monitor system. So by understanding the anatomy, configuration, and best practices of alerting rules, organization can establish robust monitoring and alerting workflows, ensuring the reliability and availability of their infrastructure and application. So we have learned the three rules successfully. So therefore, thank you for watching my video, and please do like the video and share the video and subscribe our channel. So see you in the next video. Thank you.